We've all been there. You spend a ton of time putting together the perfect video content. It's gone through all your internal revisions. It's aimed at your ICP. You're putting your company's best foot forward. You press publish and nothing happens. Not only are you not driving results, maybe people aren't seeing it at all. Why did this great piece of content that you have, the thing that you were so excited about, fail? More often than not, it's because you're not making content for an audience. You're making content for all those internal folks that you had to get sign-offs on. You're making content for your marketing director, for your CEO. And it's great that all those people love it, but to get success, you've got to make that content that your audience really wants. By the time it gets all those internal approvals, there's a good chance there's not much left for the folks that really matter. In the next few minutes, I'm going to walk you through ways to make video content for your actual audience. I'm Alex Jonathan Brown. I'm a senior content strategist at Iron Horse. And one of the things that we do is we work with enterprise and SMB level companies to create really compelling video content that works for them. That's webinars, that's social clips, that's YouTube stuff. And here are the three big ideas that have powered our success and our clients' success with B2B video. Big idea number one. Don't forget that you're making video. There's never been more video available to us as viewers than there is right now. There's so much of it out there. And when you are creating a video for your audience, you're competing with all of it. That doesn't mean your videos need to have a huge Hollywood budget. They don't. But it does mean you need to consider the medium that you're working in. You'd never put out a white paper that was just a PDF of a Word document. You'd add design and all that stuff. But so often we see B2B video where the fact that it's a video doesn't seem to have been part of the thought process at all. You've got bad backgrounds or backgrounds that haven't been thought through, or worse yet, you've got people on video who aren't comfortable being on video. Here's how to make a video that looks like a video. First, you do have to invest just a little in something, and you can kind of decide what that something is. You can get a really good webcam for like $150. You can get a really good USB mic for less than that. But you don't necessarily need either of those. With AI, you can do some really good audio processing that gets you up to the level that you want to be at. But you do kind of have to decide that you're investing a little bit. You're investing not just in the tech, but you're investing in the idea that this should look and sound good. However you get there is up to you. The second thing you need to think about is who you're casting. The example that I like to use is maybe it's a blog post or a written piece of content. You know there are people on your team who it's valuable to have their voices out there, and they're not going to have the focus to sit and write a blog post. They have other stuff to do. What do you often do? Well, you schedule a meeting and that person talks to a writer for a half hour and that writer goes and writes the blog post. It's different to do that with video because we're not going to like put somebody else's face over my face. But it doesn't take a lot to get somebody who's comfortable with video up to speed on the thing you want to talk about. It's much quicker than taking the person who already knows the ideas, your subject matter expert, and teach them how to be comfortable on video. So do that first thing. Offload your ideas to people who are good and comfortable on video, and then have them be the ones in the video. Let your C-suite who doesn't want to take the time to do this, let them go do the other stuff. Find the people who are good at video and let them do your video for you. And then the third thing, don't stick to the script. It's super important to have notes on where you want to go, some really good bullet points. But if you're trying to create an actual like connection with the person who's watching, be willing to go off script. We've all seen it happen in conferences and keynotes. It's not the most compelling thing in the world to watch someone read a PowerPoint presentation to you. It's not the most compelling thing in the world to watch someone read a video script to you. Get those bullet points, get a roadmap, but then have whoever's doing your video, let them have the freedom to like talk like a person. The second big idea, make the content your audience wants, not the content you want to make. This one gets a little trickier because there's so many voices that go into the conversation of what's our next video piece. You've got people who are aligned with your business goals in really big ways and are like, this quarter, we're only talking about XYZ. The only thing that matters is what your audience wants to hear about. And sometimes that's something that doesn't show up in any of those other places. The people who are going to watch your video are watching it for them, and they need to get something out of it. What we get as marketers comes later. It comes down the road a little bit, but we get the chance to have those sales conversations. We get the chance to warm up leads and get to MQLs or MQAs. The reason we get to do that is because the content that we make connects with that audience first. And that connection is about them. It's not about us. So we've got to make videos that matter to them, sometimes more than they matter to us. Here's the 3 steps to make that happen. First, answer the questions your audience needs answers to. Frankly, a lot of times they don't want to watch your video, right? Like maybe the algorithm is kind and you show up at the right time, but more often than not, people who are going to wind up watching your content are searching the answer for a question. You need to give them a reason to click on it. You find questions that are out in the world and then you offer your answers to those questions. The second thing you want to do is disrupt their flow. So much of B2B video feels exactly the same, and so much of it feels very boring. Figure out a way to create those disruptions that is in line with your overall branding, and you're gonna find it so much easier to create those connections and to make sure that when people have questions, you're doing something that grabs their attention enough that you get to be the one that answers. And then third, experiment a lot. You have to experiment a lot and in a lot of different places to find the thing that's gonna be the right fit for your audience and drive the results you want, which is scary, but it's worth doing. And frankly, it sort of doesn't work any other way. And the third big idea, create content that meets your audience where they are. In marketing, we talk a lot about the buyer's journey and how do we get the right content in front of people in the right space. And that's important, but for video, it means something literal. Your audience isn't just in one place, they're everywhere. Sure, your CEO that you're targeting might spend most of their time on LinkedIn, but like, let's be honest, they also like looking at cute dog photos. So they probably also have an Instagram account. Make big pieces for the audience that's most engaged. Chunk that out into small bits that are going to grab the attention of your target audience wherever they are. 3 things you need to do to apply that idea and meet your audience where they are. First off, restate things for clarity. As you're working on your script, know where those chunks are going to fall and just back up a little bit to give people the context within the chunk. It's not going to annoy the people that are watching the whole thing. We learn through repetition, but it will give whoever's doing your edits some clean cuts to make those chunks even easier. Number 2, I just touched on this, but plan in advance. Know what your chunks are going to be when you're writing something. In our coffee break webinar series that we do internally for Iron Horse, we have a segment that is just give us your hottest takes. And the reason we started doing that is because we knew we needed teasers to get people to go watch the on-demand recording. And then we could do a really easy 30-second chunk if we just said, you have 30 seconds, tell us your hottest take. The chunks almost literally created themselves and then performed really well on social. And then the third thing is make a point and make it fast. People love quick tips, and those are what work incredibly well in your short form stuff. So you can take as long as you want to say the long thing, but make sure that you have 2 or 3 really good chunks that are going to work without getting your whole spiel, because that's how you're going to get people to come watch the whole spiel. So create content for your audience, not for yourself. Get that content in as many places as possible. And please, please, please don't forget that you are making video. That's how you create content that people will actually want to watch. If you've got questions, drop them below. And if you want more practical ways to make your B2B marketing efforts go further, it's a video, so I have to say it. Don't forget to like and subscribe. Talk to you soon.